right? So there are two ways you can use the word preach. You can say, you are preaching to me. You know, some people, when people are preaching, when people use that, they are saying that you are seemingly condemning them. You are seemingly, just putting their sins before them. You are not saying it out of love, right? Typically when people use that word, you are started preaching, meaning that they are counting you as one that is just telling them how sinful they are, right? So there is a way people see preaching from that angle, right? Though that's not the fullness of the truth of what the word means, but that's what it has come to mean in some circles, due to examples of some preachers who rain hellfire and brimstone, right? So that picture has been pretty much captured by people, so that when they're talking about preach, that's a picture they see. Someone like just raining down hellfire on their head, right? But the real word preach is not that. The real word preach is simply just communication, right? So just looking at it. And that's why TD Jakes use that heading, that preach but don't preach. I mean, communicate, but don't just do it in a way to castigate the people, right? All right, stop me at any time, or if you have any question, any contribution, any comment, go ahead.
Preach and all that, the most important thing to understand there is the intention. I know you
yes, absolutely,
because you talk about how the people say it, especially within our place. So they're saying it because they have a purpose and objective. So they're not saying it for anything other than to make sure that they create fear and have people under subjectivity, to them.
Absolutely.
So they're actually doing the right thing as well. What I'm saying, to achieve their aim.
Their aim, but yes, yeah, but it's not that. But that aim is not a do-good aim. It's actually called witchcraft, right? Anything you do that bypasses the conscious mind of a person to talk to his unconscious mind is witchcraft. It's called hypnotic. Is hypnotism. What hypnotism is simply communicating directly to a person's subconscious mind. That's what hypnotism is, right? Hypnotism is not someone going to sleep. Hypnotism is suspending a person's conscious mind so you can get to his subconscious mind. And we'll do it. If I'll probably get to share how that is done. And I can hypnotize a person. I can hypnotize you. I know the skill of doing it, but it's witchcraft, right? But it's also accepted in medical terms to do, right? Those are the ethical part of it, because it's also used for people that have mental sickness to be able to talk to their subconscious mind as part of their healing process. So there's the ethical part of it. So if you're doing it for the person's good, it's ethical. But if you're doing it to be able to gain mastery over the person, it's unethical. It's witchcraft. So he says that the key to preaching like an artist and not an antagonistic begins with your attitude. Just like you said, the intent, Chidi. He says it's your attitude, right, that makes a difference. Identifying and connecting with your audience is essential, right? So the difference between whether you are talking down to people or you are helping them is your attitude, right? If you see yourself as, I'm the righteous one, they are not righteous. Oh, I'm the good one. They are not good. I'm the one that sleeps with God in the same room. These people are devils people. And you are speaking to them from that angle. It is what they typically call you are preaching to me. That you are looking down to me. You are raining hellfire to me. You think you are holy. We are not holy. But the best way to be able to communicate and reach people and touch their heart is when you associate with them. You come down to their level, become equal to them as it were. It's called empathic communication. You can feel what they feel, right? So that you can talk to them as if you are talking to yourself. You, as it were, place yourself in their circumstance and assume that you are where they are. And how would you want someone to talk to you if you were in their same shoe? They talk to them that way. That is the best way to pass a message across, right? If you can talk to them in an empathic way, then you can easily get your message across, right? That's one of the skills, in communicating, right? I go to slide 7. So just as a blueprint helps a contractor bring the architect's vision to life, an outline or structural overview of a message provides you with a visual for navigating its content. So you're saying that if you have an outline helps you when you want to communicate, right? If you want to communicate, you need to be able to have an outline. As it were, Stephen Covey would say that everything is created twice, right? So if you want to speak, you need to envision it in your mind, do a plan, right? And you can put whatever you're seeing in your mind down on paper, but you need to be able to see your message from beginning to the end ever before you go give it, right? You don't go give a message you have not prepared for. You don't go give a message you have not envisioned for, right? And that's why some people are able to preach without notes, right? They don't need notes to preach because they've run through the message so much that it becomes a part of them. They are preaching their life out, so they really don't need a note, right? If you develop this skill whereby you can envision your message and run it so many times in your mind, it becomes you. You can talk. You don't need a note to preach, and that's why someone like T.D. Jakes doesn't use a note to preach, right? Someone like Stephen Furtick doesn't use a note to preach because they have internalized the message, right? And so it's for you to get the best output out of your communication, you need to envision the message, do an outline for it, see it from the beginning to the end, ever before you go and deliver the message. Draw the outline, know why you are saying what, how you want to start, how you want to get to the high note, and how you want to take it on. You need to be able to envision that, and that's what you call the outline, right? You write for yourself.